Hello everyone, Tom. So in the first lecture, we have discussed about the introduction part of the signal system. So what is signal, what is system, why we will use signal and system, what is the application of signal and system in the daily life. So these things we have discussed in the first lecture. Similarly, my colleague Madam has discussed about the different representation of signals in the second lecture. Also she has discussed about the some elementary signals in the previous lecture, right? Then some examples. So how signal can be represented in both analog and discrete domain. She has solved one problem. So these are the things whatever we have seen in the previous classes. So now what happens today class, we are going to discuss about the very important factor, that is the how to operate the signal, how to do the signal processing in mathematical operations. So these things we will go or we will discuss in this class. So before going to discuss about the mathematical operations of a signal, which one is very interesting, as well as what happens, this is the very basic part of this subject, because everything, the total syllabus will depends upon these things, because these operations we will use plenty of times in this subject. So we have to see the details how to do the different types of operations of the signal. So before going to this operation, so again I am repeating the previous classes, whatever already Madam has discussed, only I will give a overview. So the basic elementary signals. So the first part is that signal can be represented in the two domain broadly, that is analog and discrete. Analog means what happens, signal is defined or the amplitude levels are defined for every values of t or time, whereas in case of the discrete signal, the amplitudes are defined for the whole number. It is not defined for the fraction part of the t. These things already Madam has discussed. Similarly, what happens, Madam has discussed about the elementary signals. So coming to the elementary signals, so already Madam has discussed that the first elementary signal is the step signal. So what is step signal? Means we can tell that in the step signal, if a signal is defined the positive values of t or the positive values of time with constant amplitude, then we can tell that this is a step signal. So these things we know that the step signal is defined as x of t equal to a. So in this case I have taken a is the amplitude part, right? So and the t must be positive here. So that what happens, we can tell that the signal is a step signal. Similarly, we know that for unit step signal, this is very easy thing. So for unit step, we can write that this a will be now formed to the 1, right? So now a is changing to 1. So if we will take the amplitude is equal to 1 for the positive values of the t, then we can tell that this is a unit step signal. So coming to this definition, we can write x of t equal to u of t, means unit step signal when a equal to 1. So we can compare these two figure here, that when a equal to 1, the signal is known as the unit step signal. This signal is very important for getting a positive signal, because if a signal will be, we will discuss these things later on. So if a signal will be both ended, both positive part and negative part, if we want to convert the signal to the only positive part, then we have to multiply with unit step. Getting? So we'll see these things in the next lectures, how multiplication can be done in a signal so that we can find the positive part. So this is the things whatever the Madam has discussed, and the application of the signal is to find the steady state response, whatever we know in the transient analysis. In case of the electrical network, this function is very important, because after this what happens, we can find the steady state, because this signal is going to infinite, where time is going to infinite. It will be not decrease, it will be remains constant up to time equal to infinite. So coming to the next signal, what Madam has discussed is that is the ramp signal. So ramp signal is also very important signal, because these signals are used to build the regression models. So without these signals, what happens? We cannot build a regression models. That we know that some financial problem will be there. So in every case, we can find that in some cases where regression model will be used, at that time we will think about this type of signals. So here also we can find the definition is that already madam has discussed that x of t equal to at. So remember these things. Previously a I have told that amplitude, but in this case a is the not amplitude, a is the slope. The difference is like this, that between the unit step and the ramp, between the step and the ramp signal is that in case of the step signal we have defined a is the amplitude, whereas in this case a is the slope. This is very important point, we have to remember these things. So now what happens? So in this case I have drawn like this, see, in the x-axis I have drawn 1, in the y-axis I have drawn a. So what is the slope? Y by x, right? So that is slope is coming a. So we can tell that this is a ramp signal with slope a. In domain, time is the domain here. So this is the signal for the generalized ramp. So if we will go for the unit ramp signal, at that time the slope will be 1. So see this example. In this case we can find that y by x, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is slope. So in this case what we can get? The slope will be here 1. So these things already madam has discussed in the previous classes. Similarly, the next signal is the parabolic signal. Here also what happens? The signal test how the system responds for the accelerations. So this is the signals is used in case of the accelerations. So this is also discussed in your class. So the general equation of the parabolic signal is xt equal to a t square by 2, right? So now what happens? If you want to take the unit parabolic, just take the value of a equal to 1, so that get the unit parabolic. So remember that these are the basic elementary signals which ones are used in case of the signal and system. Again I am repeating, the first signal is the step signal and a is defined there for the amplitude. If a equal to 1, we can find the unit step signal. Next, the most important or very useful in case of the regression is the ramp signal. The value of a represent there is the slope. So remember these things. So after this what happens? About this or up to this, madam has already discussed in the previous lectures. So now what happens? Coming to the next signal, so this is very general signal what already madam has also discussed, that is the sinusoidal signal. So what is sinusoidal signal? Everyone know these things. A cos sine signal is defined as, that is xt equal to a cos omega 0 t plus phi. So what is a here? A is the amplitude, we can write, we have written here, a is the amplitude, omega 0 is the angular frequency and phi is the phase. So generally what happens for every communication techniques, we will assume that in the next semester we will see for the analog communication techniques, we will assume that the speech signal is an analog signal, but not like this. So we will assume generally what happens, cos and sine are the most available or most generalized signal we can tell to transmit by using any modulation technique or by using any communication technique. We are taking the standard is the sine and cosine. So these things already we know that a is the amplitude here, omega 0 is the angular frequency whose value will be 2 pi f0. Remember these things, omega 0 equal to 2 pi f0, the value will be f0 equal to 2 pi by t, or that can omega 0 equal to 2 pi by t. So this is the things what happens we know in the previous classes, as well as we have to know that the angular frequency unit is radian per second, f0 is the frequency in hertz and time t will be in the second. So another sinusoidal signal is there which is known as the sine signal.